Yesterday, we read this great book called Ish by Peter Reynolds. And today, I was thinking Mrs. Norwood can help us here. Think about what are some ways that we can share what we learned about this book. Ms. Norwood and I were thinking that maybe we can share this book by recommending it to others. You know, like when you find a really great book, you're like, this is an amazing book. I bet my sister would love this book, or I bet my friend in the other classroom will love this book. So we were thinking that maybe we can do a book recommendation to others. What do you think? What do you think? Yeah? Would you like that? Yeah? So what are some things that you shared about that we can say about this book? Think about it, because you already had a turn and talk. You shared with your friends. So what are some things that you talked about? For example, I was talking to Rosie, and she said she really liked how the illustrations were shown in the book. Emily?
The first time I read the book Ish, I didn't know what Ish was, so I thought it was a color.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
I thought that Ish was meaning it was beautiful.
You thought it meant it was beautiful. There was a message in that story, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Kevin, I heard you talking to Mrs. Norwood. Yeah? What was the message in the story?
What did you want to tell the kids?
Turn and talk. Talk to the group.
Never give up ever, or someone ignore you. Don't listen to them.
Yeah.
No.
There was a bigger message, wasn't there? Do you agree with that?
So do you think that that's something that we could share and write about for other kids? Do you think that would be helpful?
Yeah.
A helpful message? Because I'm hearing a lot of you talk about the message, and it means to never give up. So, well, let's think about how we could say that.
How can we say that?
Never give up drawing when someone is laughing at you and saying,
Okay.
what is that?
But think about how can we say that to others? Because if we want to share this book with others, how can we get that started? Think about what are we sharing? Are we sharing, are we recommending the book?
Yes.
Okay. So do we need to give them the title of the book?
That's kind of important, right?
That's
If we
important.
want them to read the book, we need to tell them the title of the book.
They didn't know what book it. You might get the wrong book.
They might get the
That's
wrong
right.
book, Kevin. So what if we say, we get it started and we tell them, we read
Ish.
the book
Ish.
Ish.
I like that. Or like Liz.
Okay.
Let me write that down so we don't forget. Okay, say it with us. Ready? We read the books Ish. Okay. Does that sound like a good start to our message?
Yeah.
To our book recommendation?
Right.
Because you're right, Kevin. You said if we don't write down the title, we won't know.
What book is it?
What
You
book?
might get the wrong book.
Exactly. All right.
Okay.
So let's say that again so we remember. Ready? We read the book Ish. Good. How many words is that?
5.
Okay.
Did you see Mrs. Norwood touching the page? How we
Yes.
plan it out?
So that's
Yeah.
going to help me
gonna help
think
us.
about spacing and where my message is going to go.
That's a good message. And now you also said something about the big message in the book. And what else can we
What
say?
did
We
We never give up.
yeah, but we had to learn that, didn't we? Did we learn that?
Yeah.
Camila?
We learn about this book to never give up.
Okay.
We learn to never give up.
Let me see if I hear you. You're right. We learned to never give. Okay, let's try that again. Let's see. We learned to never give up. How many words is that?
Words.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so how does that sound to you? Can I go back and read you what you said? Okay, so let me see if I hear you right. You said, we read the book Ish. We learned to never give up.
7.
Is that good? Does that sound
Does
good?
that sound like a great? All right.
Yeah, that's a good book recommendation right there. I bet when kids read that, they're gonna say, "Ooh, that's a good book to read. I want to read that."
Let's tap that out one more time on our paper. Ready? Read along with me. Ready?
Follow along with your eyes.
We read the book Ish. Okay? Now, we's the word, we know that word. That's a word that we know and we can write really fast. That's one of our high frequency words. So say it with me. Ready? W-E. We. Okay? Now, Emily, can you come up and get the word red started?
Yeah.
Okay, boys and girls, can you say the word red? We read. Okay, what sound do you hear? Say it slowly. Begins like Rosie. R. Can you get it started?
Boys and girls, you can write it on the rug, right?
Red. What do you hear next? Okay.
Let's think about it. Let's think about it. Let's
Okay.
watch our friends.
There's something tricky that you don't hear in that.
Oh.
Yeah, there's an A because there's two kinds. There's the color, and then there's the past tense. We read. We read.
That's right.
Okay, nice job. Thank you.
That's the past tense stuff.
There's two parts that are tricky there.
Yeah.
So we need this A there to make it look right, even though we don't need it. I mean, even though we don't hear it. Okay, we read the. We know that really fast, boys and girls. What do we say? T-H-E.
Good job.
You know that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go back and reread. We read the book.
What's your next one?
Book.
Okay.
Okay.
You know that.
Book works a lot like what? Like look. What's the only thing we need to do?
Change the letter.
Change the beginning sound. All right. Henry, can you come up and get book started for us? Boys and girls at your seat. Get that started. Nice job spacing. Right. Book works a lot. Look, excellent job. Thank you. All right, let's go back. Ready? We, read with me, please. We read the book Ish. And I'm going to go ahead and just fill that in for us. And I'm going to capitalize that because that's the title of a book. Now, what kind of end mark do you think we need here? We read the book Ish. What do I need here? I need a period because my thought is finished. Okay? So now we've told other students the book that we read, and just like Kevin said, that's important because if you're giving a book recommendation, you need to tell them the book that we read, right? The second sentence that we want to add, or that you guys came up with, was we learned to never give up. Okay, so let's keep that in mind, but let's go back and reread to make sure and add that. Ready? We read the book Ish. We learned to never give up. Okay, so let's keep that message in our brain. Now, we know we, that's where we already have up there, so we can write that word really fast. Say it with me. Ready? W-E. Okay, now I'm going to put a space here, and I'm going to get this one started. Learn. What letter do you hear? L. Now, it's tricky. You hear that R,
There is an R.
but it's these combinations together. Okay, now, we learned. We D. There's something tricky about that. Carlos, can you come up and help us get learned finished? We learned. Good job. You're right. Do you hear that E right there, boys and girls?
No.
You don't. Sometimes in words we add suffixes and it changes the meaning of it. In this case, this has already happened. So when we see ed at the end of the word, it's past tense. We learned to, we can say that really fast. Ready? T-O. To. Now the next one is never. Let's clap that out. How many syllables do you hear? Ready? Never. Two, right? So I'm going to say it slowly because when we say words slowly, it helps us to write exactly what we hear. Ready? We're going to do that. Now there's nev. Now who can help me with the ending? Camelia, can you come up with the ending part with never? Come on up. Boys and girls, be thinking about that ending. What sounds do you hear? Write that in your hand. Magic finger. Get your magic finger out. Never. Oh, great job. Now, what's tricky about this, here, sit down, is that you don't hear this E, do you? No, it's kind of like the word her, right? When E and R go together, it says Okay, that vowel blends with that R. Excellent job. All right, let's go back and reread. Ready? We learn to never give. Give. Say the word give. What sound do you hear at the beginning? What sound do you hear?
What does it say?
G. G.
What does it say? What's the sound? G.
Okay, what letter? What letter? Yeah, G. Ready? G. If. Okay, so let's go back. Ready? We learn to never give up. Ready? We know that word. Let's say it early and write it really fast. Ready? U-P. What type of end mark do we need here?
Period.
We need a period. Okay, so let's go back and let's read our message that we have so far that we want to share with others for this book recommendation. Ready? We read the book Ish. I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Can you read along with me, please? Ready? Let's try it again. We read the book Ish. We learned to never give up. Guys, we have a great start to our message. And tomorrow what we can do is we can come back and we can add one more thing. Boys and girls, let's go back to our message and let's locate some of those words that we could read and write quickly. Rosie, can you come up and find one of those words? Quickly. Can you read that word? Up, louder. Boys and girls, say up. Up. Excellent. All right. Denali, can you come up and find one of those words? Good. Can you say the word? The. Say it again, louder. The. Excellent job. Thank you.
Boys and girls, today we thought about word endings like learned and never. When you write, I want you to think about how the endings sound and look.